So we're going to do a short one today against an opponent who was rated 2248 blitz, which is pretty good blitz rating for a lot of people. Now, we're playing the England Gambit again, which is the worst defense in chess as far as I'm concerned. However, I play some other ones that are pretty bad too, like the Fred. It's interesting when I start a new profile how high I can get just playing something like that. But it's in the low 2000s, well, 2200s, when I play nothing but crap. Now, I want to point out that this is not a strict England Gambit. This is something called the Felbecker Gambit. And the Felbecker Gambit is something I thought I invented on the fly, but somebody named Felbecker, no doubt, invented it. So they discovered this, and I just started playing it, and I played it a couple times just to see what would happen, because there is some logical sense in it. Basically, you're trying to get black squares out. Now, one of the problems with the England Gambit is that if white plays perfectly, you're forced to make a lot of extremely cramping, difficult moves and be into a terrible passive defense. This is an attempt at moving away from that, although it is possible to force black into this situation here as well. So let's go to the game and see what the Felbecker Gambit looks like. And there it is. So we're already down close to 1. Now that's an interesting response. Let's see what this engine just wants knight to c3. So we have a variety of responses here that I've thought of. I've played knight g to e7, but I just like this move. So this basically clears the air. And now we have an open game where I have a one-piece lead in development for my pawn. White's very comfortable here. And it says that, interestingly, I needed to prevent him from moving his knight over by pinning it. So the recommended move, of course, is e3. So he did this, and this is an interesting move. And I want you to just look at this for a second, because let's face it, these things appear in books, and they don't. And there's this predisposition in the world that says, gee, these things never occur over the board, and this is a puzzle book, and so I know that there's a solution to this puzzle here. But now you're seeing it right here. Somebody actually made one of these moves. A fairly high rated player made one of these puzzle moves, and now it's up to you to bust him. And how do we bust him? Well, let's see. You can pause the video for a second and come back and guess. Yeah, it's pretty easy, isn't it? Yeah, there's the busto. So now it says he's got to play bishop to e3, and notice the evaluation, and he's down 4. I guess my little quiz didn't work very well because the engine already showed you what he was going to do. So now we're just going to play out the rest of this game real quickly. We'll see how many perfect moves I get. Knight to j, another perfect move. Okay. Queen to f6, it says, although I don't do that, although I'm okay. Moves knight back. Well, he's making all the right moves. Now it says knight to g4 is a good move. I didn't do that. c3. Now knight to g4 it's begging for, although my move is just as good evaluation-wise. And now this is about to be the end of the game. I don't care if he takes my b-pawn. He checks. We castle. We push. And notice our evaluation has just kept climbing. Computer wants me to go to c4, I go to g4, and that was too much for him. He just resigned. So this was the Felbecker Gambit, and mostly it was about tactics and the fact that people don't think that these things that occur in books, these little opening traps and various things, don't really occur in games. And there is kind of a prejudice that, a very serious, highly rated person will never make a move like that. And so these things slip by, and they're there. So that was the lesson for today.